Hi, I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm referred to as the Big Game Hunter because I coach people to play their professional and personal games big, huge. And I like to set aside a few minutes at the middle of every day, Monday through Friday, to offer some no BS job search or no BS coaching advice, depending upon my mood. If you watch this on YouTube, you can come join me or send an email to me with your question if you're the shy sort. If you join me Monday through Friday at noon on blab.im, or of course, you can email me at thebiggamehunter@gmail.com if you're the shy kind of person. In the subject line, if you send the email, refer to no BS coaching advice. That way I know it's something that you want to have addressed. And worst comes to worst, I'm just going to do this as a blab and then send you a link to it. So hope you enjoy today, and we'll see if someone joins. But in the meantime, let me start off by saying that a lot of people I run into are completely unprepared for the next recession. They are blithely going about their business as though the economic upturn, which is modest at best, is going to go on forever. They spend money profusely, both in their business and personally. There is nothing set aside. There is nothing invested. They're doing nothing with clients in order to develop relationships. What they're doing is play with fire. Now, if you don't believe me about an upcoming recession, I'm sorry. It's inevitable. Not because of economic policy per se, but because it always happens. Have we ever seen an economy where everything has gone straight up, straight up kind of line? Or does it always have some zigzags? An occasional big drop, another zigzag, on and on and on. And that's really what happens for most people. They deal with these zigzags and they seem shocked when they start to occur. It's like, oh my God, the economy's gone into the toilet. Oh, horrible. If you had followed me in 2007, during that summer, when we all learned the term subprime mortgage, I did a blog article called Game, Set, and Match, where I talked about, I suspected this was the end of the strength in hiring, and I had no idea how much worse it was going to become. I just knew that the impact of subprime was being under-recognized by the talking heads on TV. Laura, welcome. If you have a chance that you like, feel free to join me. So I recognize the talking heads on TV were underestimating the potential impact of subprime. Called the collapse, didn't think it was going to be a collapse. I just thought it was going to be a recession. And boy, did we ever have a collapse. You're welcome, Laura. I'll just simply say something else is going to happen. Something else is going to cause the economy to slow. It's just the reality of things. It happens. How prepared are you for that time? And for most people, whether you're a small business, a solopreneur, or an employee of a firm, there are things that you can do to capitalize on your knowledge and take advantage of selling products and services online. Now, I'm not here to pitch you on anything. I want to be clear about that. But I want you to go out and investigate how you might market or sell yourself online to people all over the world. So, for example, I'm just going to use extreme examples because most people think of these suggestions as being purely for white-collar workers, celebrity individuals, what have you. If you're a mechanic in a garage, could you do an ebook on how to do an oil change, how to, do basic car repairs? Could you do things like that? Of course. Could you do YouTube videos, monetize them, and help sell them online? Of course you could. If you're someone who does healing work and do things to take care of pets, could you do something for animal lovers as an ebook? Of course you do. Now, doing an ebook isn't all that hard. And I want to be clear, I'm not talking about a huge document. This is not about writing a 300-page tome. I love that word, tome, about your area of specialization. You can write 30 to 50 pages, dictating most of it on one of these, or you get a piece of software like Dragon Naturally Speaking and dictate. And lo and behold, what you wind up having is something that you can edit easily. You could send the work offshore and pay someone abroad to do the editing for you. I did a video editing job. I sent the video editing job offshore. And in the U.S., it would have cost a lot more than the $2 an hour for work that someone agreed to do it for. You could do the same thing with editing an ebook and then edit their work so that it's basically dictation, sending the audio file, having it transcribed and edited, and then reviewed one more time to ensure that it presents properly. Getting a cover, also easy. Go to Canva, canva.com. You can create a cover yourself, or there's software or people at Fiverr, Fiverr, who you could have a cover developed on. So, I could use different kinds of examples, but, the mechanic, the person who does astrology readings, all sorts of individuals have the opportunity to take advantage of selling ebooks on Amazon. Do you wind up having hundreds of millions of dollars from this? Probably not. But The Martian, that book came out as a movie recently, and that was originally a huge ebook seller that got picked up as a movie. That's certainly statistically unlikely for you. But if the economy turns south, wouldn't you like to have a couple $100 coming in for doing nothing anymore? Like you wrote it, you put it up on Amazon, maybe you put it up on bn.com through as a Nook book. Maybe you use a service like, what's it called again? It'll come to me. An aggregator for, Apple's bookstore to sell your book online. A lot of things that you can do to generate revenue for yourself if you're proactive. So, for example, if you are an employee now and your job ended today, what would you do? Seriously, what would you do? Well, you might want to build your network, right? But you're already behind the 8 ball because you're now out of work taking action. Why not do it proactively now and build a network that you can call upon later on? Don't know who to network with? Look at people who have similar interests as you on LinkedIn or following career paths similar to you and start networking with them. It's not hard. Most people are willing to accept a connection request. And from there, you can start talking to folks about, how you can cooperate with one another. They might be willing to do a blab with you. And that becomes a way that you can then take the interview or the conversation. Blab will send you a link to it. You can download it, use it as YouTube video content, and create a podcast of the conversation. It's a great platform here, but again, you need to think creatively about the different options that are available to you and be proactive. For you, the employee of a firm, like I said, you start your network now because you don't know when you're going to need it. And you want people in place to support you and you support them. If you're someone who, let's say you're an astrologer, just for the sake of argument. There are many different options, and Lord knows any number of books about astrology that are currently available, which indicates that there's a market and an opportunity for you to sell products and services to people. So before you think you have to open a storefront, remember, Right now, I'm on the largest storefront you can imagine, the web. You could sell your services internationally. You could have a website, sell your ebook through a service like Gumroad, Gumroad, so that this way people can download it as a PDF or using the Kindle format. I forget what it's called right now, but they can download it to their device, and you could be selling it for, let's say, if it's a $5 book, you could be making $4.60, I think, by selling it yourself. People can borrow it using the Kindle platform, and you can make money from that too. Lots of different ways if you're proactive. If you wait till the last minute or past the last minute, the tension may build up. Your anxiety level may grow. At the end of the day, you may not have the time or inclination, but you do this now while you feel excited about the idea, and start selling it online. Build up your reputation. Get great reviews. It's not hard. And then go out there and head off the impact of the recession by doing work proactively to support yourself. I'm Jeff Altman. I'm going to pause things. So this is Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I hope you find this helpful. My website is nobscoachingadvice.com. Thank you, Laura. My website is nobscoachingadvice.com. There's a lot there that you can watch, listen to, read that's going to help you. And I also want to mention, if we're not connected, send a connection request to me on LinkedIn. LinkedIn.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. I'll accept your connection request as long as your profile doesn't look like a spammer or scammers. And finally, if you're interested in my coaching you, I want to help you play the game big and live life with less fear and with more success. At my website, schedule some time with me. Order some time. I'd love to help you. Hope you have a great day. Take care.